Non-theists always reason univocally. Christians must always reason analogically. Cornelius Van Til. What does analogical actually mean in simple terms? Van Til is not just saying Christians know less than God. He is making a deeper point about how human thinking itself works. There are two ways of reasoning: univocal reasoning and analogical reasoning. Univocal reasoning assumes that human rationality works the same way as God's rationality. But analogical reasoning says something different. Human thinking is real and meaningful, but it is not identical to God's thinking. It is dependent, limited, and created. A helpful way to understand this is a reflection in a mirror. A reflection is real. It shows something true. It corresponds to the original, but it is not the original itself. And in the same way, human knowledge is real, but it is not independent or self-sufficient. It points beyond itself to a higher source. Now, with that in mind, when we talk about God, we use human words like perfect, good, or true. But these words do not work in exactly the same way when applied to God and humans. It is not the same meaning, but it is also not unrelated. For example, when we say God is perfect, we mean God is complete in himself, all-knowing, all-powerful, and not dependent on anything else. But when Scripture says be perfect, it is speaking about something different. It refers to human wholeness and maturity within our created limits. Same word, connected meaning, different level of reality. This is what Van Til means by analogical reasoning. Our language is meaningful, but it always depends on God's higher reality to make sense in the first place. And this same pattern does not stop with language. It also applies to logic itself. The laws of logic are not something humans invented on their own, and they are not a separate system that exists outside of God. Instead, they reflect the consistent and unchanging nature of God himself. So human logic is not original. It is a limited, creaturely participation in a higher rational order. And once we see this, it also explains why some people take an agnostic theist position. We do not claim full or exhaustive knowledge of God. Our understanding is limited, indirect, and creaturely. But we still trust that truth is real, and that what we do understand is not meaningless. It points beyond us, because it ultimately comes from God. So we can reason, but not exhaust reality. We can understand, but not contain God in our thinking. Now here's a question worth thinking about. If our thinking is limited and dependent, do you think humans can ever fully grasp ultimate truth? Or are we only meant to reflect it? If you want to talk about this deeper, request to come up and let's reason together.